For the first time this year, the Bank of Ghana has maintained its monetary policy rate at 29%. At its 117th monetary policy announcement today, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, cited the need to closely monitor the current inflation trend as risks remain elevated. There's more in the following report.
The decision by the Bank of Ghana to maintain the policy rate at 29% comes amid calls from the International Monetary Fund for central banks to be careful when cutting down on interest rates. The IMF explains that the marginal slump in inflation should be managed carefully and monetary policy should be adjusted in response to underlying inflation dynamics. Speaking at the 117th monetary policy announcement on Monday, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, noted that the decision to maintain the figure at 29% comes on the back of the marginal but steady decline in headline inflation to 23.2% for February 2024.
Revenue flows in the first 2 months of the year are lower vis-à-vis targets, and expenditures have been fast-paced, driven largely by clearance of arrears in the energy sector. It is expected that revenue flows will pick up in March as the deadline for filing tax returns in April approaches. After decelerating sharply in 2023, the pace of disinflation has slowed in the first 2 months of the year. Although inflation rose slightly in January 2024 and edged down in February, the latest inflation forecast suggests a slightly elevated profile from the possible upward revision in transport fares, adjustment in utility tariffs, higher export prices, and some pass-through of exchange rate depreciation. Overall, risks to inflation are slightly on the upside and will require close monitoring. Given these considerations, the committee decided to maintain the monetary policy rate at 29%.
For senior lecturer at the Department of Economics at the University of Ghana, Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie, the decision is expected.
I wasn't surprised at all. Ideally, one would expect a reduction because of the impact on the price of credit to the private sector. But the governor gave reasons why they needed to not increase it but maintain. One of the reasons was from the international front. He talked about the uncertainties coming from the geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, disrupting supply of commodities. The domestic front too, he talked about the fact that the rate of disinflation has slowed. And therefore, if you have these two issues confronting you, you don't want to just reduce the policy rate like that.
For Citi Business News, my name is Nete Achaho.